What's happening, Twin Lakes? Jim Keithley back inside. Welcome back to the Twin Lakes Indoor Golf Studio. Weekly video. Happy to have you. Hopefully you're going to learn a little bit. As you know, we are much more into this idea of skill acquisition as opposed to the perfect, proper technique. If you can develop skill, have the ability to put the golf club in the right position, the golf head, contact the ground, interact with the ground and the ball on a consistent basis, you don't have to have proper technique. So remember that. Now, having said that, let's talk about our golf takeaway. We have a lot of questions about where should this golf club be in reference to once we get to an address position as we take the club away and get to the top of our golf swing. I have some opinions on that. They're only opinions. These are not facts. Facts are impact. Golf swing is an opinion. Here are my opinions. Once we set up over the golf ball, we're just going to isolate our right hand, okay? In past videos, we talk a lot about this idea of most of you, and that I like to teach to the masses, you know, the 90% of all the students, all the golfers that do things the wrong way. We know that in transition, we see this shaft rise, okay? That's not a good position to play from. So we're going to isolate our right arm, our trail arm, and even the conditions that our right hand and wrist go through. So you need to know in golf that my right wrist works this way and it works this way. So it's creating a lever or cocking back as it bends into an extension position. So if we just take our right arm and we go away into a position where the club is parallel to the ground for the first time, you'll notice that my right wrist begins to do this, or hinge, okay? Right as it begins to hinge, it also starts to move back, okay? That's a really important position. One, I start to hinge. Two, I start to go back. Notice that the club starts to travel behind me as my arms rise, okay? So now, when I'm at the top, I don't know if you'll be able to see this better, my wrist has done this and it's done that, okay? So that's where the club should be at the top. Tell people a lot of times, I like to give analogies. It's almost like you've got a pizza tray up here, okay? Notice that my right elbow goes into this flexion as well. So one, club is out in front of us. Club's parallel to the ground. Now what do? We hinge up. We flex back as we continue to rise in this position. Notice that my club is now on this proverbial plane, okay? If that is extended back, it's on this idea of where the ball line is. Now, once we get to the top, let's maintain this condition. So we start to get this little lateral bump. What's a lateral bump or shift? All we're doing is shifting our weight. We're not rotating. We're shifting our weight, and then we start to rotate. So it's going to look something like this. 1, 2, 3. If I take the club away, notice that wrist condition. Like this, like that. There it is. Everyone's in pursuit of lag. You just found it, okay? Without even saying the word lag or talking about it. If we can get to the second time that this club becomes parallel to the ground and still maintain that right wrist condition, we're in good shape. What happens typically at the top? Boop, that. So we've lost that condition. Why do they call it casting? It's just like fishing. You don't want to cast, you want to maintain these right wrist conditions. down to about right there, and then we start to deliver the club into the golf ball. Pretty simple when you break it down into just one body part. Right arm, right wrist conditions. Okay, just because you perfect this motion doesn't mean you're going to hit perfect golf shots, but it will help you have this shaft lie down in order to deliver the club properly. So don't think about the golf swing in whole or in totality. Just break it up, segment it, know what your left wrist, right wrist should be doing, know what your feet should be doing, okay? We're going to continue on with this series of videos helping you out. So know that the right wrist works this way and it works this way. Pizza platter at the top. Down into transition, that's something you can do indoors during the winter. Here, here, here. Into that perfect impact position. Give it a shot. Let us know how you do. If you need some help with us, we're easy to find.